you must first hold it for yourself. Hold space for your triggers. Hold space for your fears. Hold space for your transformation. Because the man who can sit in the fire of his own becoming is the man she will always say yes to. Not because he has all the answers, but because he has the courage to ask the right questions. Not because he dominates, but because he dignifies. Not because he chases validation, but because he radiates value. Value is not something you convince her of. It's something you become. You become valuable when you live in alignment with your truth. You become irresistible when you commit to your healing. You become unforgettable when you embody your essence. And when you do, she says yes, not just to the man, but to the moment, to the possibility, to the potential. She says yes to love that is awake. She says yes to a connection that elevates. She says yes to a man who has said yes to himself first. So take a breath. Drop in. Let go of the scripts, the strategies, the stories. Feel your heartbeat. Let that be your guide. Step into your power, not through force, but through presence. Because in the end, it's not about whether she says yes. It's about who you've become in the process. And when you become the embodiment of trust, of love, of alignment, she will always say yes. Always. You radiate, and the feminine, in all her depth and wisdom, knows the difference. She knows when your words are empty and when your silence is full. She knows when your attention is divided and when your presence is whole. She knows when you are performing and when you are being. She will always say yes to being. Being is magnetic. Being is powerful. Being is the language of the soul. So ask yourself, are you being the man who makes her feel safe, seen, sacred? Are you being the frequency that speaks louder than words? Are you being the embodiment of the life you say you want? Because when you are, she doesn't hesitate. She doesn't resist. She doesn't second guess. She surrenders, not to your control, but to your energy. She says yes, not because she's persuaded, but because she feels aligned. She leans in, not because you pushed, but because you pulled her in with presence. This is the quantum relationship, the meeting of fields, not just bodies, the entanglement of energies, not just roles, the dance of coherence, not just chemistry. In this dance, you don't lead with ego. You lead with frequency. You don't seek to fix her. You see her. You don't demand her trust. You earn it with consistency. And she will always say yes to consistency, not in action alone, but in energy. Your coherence is your calling card. Your calm is your compass. Your clarity is your currency. Be the man who chooses to evolve over react. Be the man who meditates instead of manipulates. Be the man who regulates his nervous system before entering hers. Because when you do, she feels it. She feels the difference. And her yes becomes a reflection of your growth. Growth is not linear. It is vibrational. It's not about how much you know. It's about how much you feel. And the more you feel, the more she feels. She doesn't need a perfect man. She needs a present man, a man who can hold space for her complexity without needing to control it. And to hold that space, there is no greater power than the man who remembers he is not separate from the field, that what he thinks, he becomes, that what he believes, he creates, that what he emits, he attracts. She will always say yes to the version of you that remembers you are a creator. But to truly embody that version, you must let go of the past. You must become aware of the subconscious programming running the show. You must recondition your body to a new mind. The thoughts you think create the chemical responses in your body. Those chemicals become emotions. Those emotions become habits. Those habits become identity. To change a response to you, you must change your identity. Not by force, but by frequency. Start small. Begin with a single breath. Drop into your heart. Feel what's true for you. Speak from that place. Lie from that place. Make decisions from that place. The more you practice being in your heart, the more magnetic you become. The more you trust your intuition, the more aligned your choices are. The more you embody peace, the more people feel safe around you. She will always say yes to safety. Not the safety of stagnation, but the safety of presence. The safety of clarity. The safety of knowing that you are not reacting to her, but holding her with consciousness. When a woman feels held, not controlled, not suffocated, but held with reverence, her yes becomes automatic. But she cannot say yes to a man who is not saying yes to himself. Say yes to your healing. Say yes to your stillness. Say yes to your evolution. Because in doing so, You become the mirror she's been waiting for. You become the frequency her soul recognizes. We've been taught that power is about control, but real power is about connection. Connection to the self. Connection to the present. Connection to the field. From that place, you no longer chase. You attract. You no longer grasp. You receive. You no longer plead. Can you breathe into the tension that you've ignored for years? Can you face the parts of yourself that you've buried? The boy who felt unloved. The man who feared rejection. The dreamer who forgot his light? Because when you do that, you start a shift. You become less reactive, more grounded, more intentional. You begin to emit a new frequency. And that frequency doesn't beg, it attracts. It doesn't manipulate, it inspires. It doesn't seek approval, it embodies truth. She will always say yes to truth. Not surface-level honesty, but the deep truth, the kind that vibrates from your core, the kind that says, I know who I am. I know what I feel. I know what I'm ready to create. When you stand in that truth, you stop playing games. You stop hiding behind performance. You stop outsourcing your worth. And from that place, everything changes, not because you've altered the external, but because you've mastered the internal. The quantum field does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. When you change your state of being, you collapse time. You shift outcomes. You draw on experiences, people, and opportunities that mirror your internal reality. So, if she's not saying yes, it's not about her. It's about your energy, your alignment, your coherence. You don't need to be louder. You need to be clearer. You don't need to do more. You need to become more. When your energy is clear, your vision is clear. And when your vision is clear, your intention becomes a beacon. And when your intention is a beacon, the universe responds with acceleration. She will always say yes to a man who is deeply connected, to his heart, to his truth, to the present moment. And this isn't just about romantic dynamics. This is about life itself. Life is feminine. It is responsive. It mirrors back what you are being. When you are in fear, life contracts. When you are in trust, life expands. When you are in alignment, life flows. You're no longer held hostage by the past. You've stopped identifying with the old story. You've laid it down like a heavy coat, and now you walk forward lighter, freer, open. Breathe into this feeling. Breathe into this new identity. April is a portal, a time when the earth begins to mirror your inner transformation. As the buds bloom on the trees, your intentions blossom in the unseen. As the sunlight stretches longer across the days, your clarity becomes brighter. As the warmth of spring touches the earth, your heart begins to open. In this field, all possibilities exist, and your focus is the magnet. Whatever you give energy to, you give life to. So give energy to abundance, to love, to peace, to creativity. Give attention to what is blooming, not what is missing. Speak life into your vision. Speak life into your being. Speak life into your now. Visualize now, in great detail, your April manifestations already here. Maybe it's a career breakthrough. See yourself in that moment. Hear the words spoken. Feel the energy of celebration. Maybe it's a relationship shift. Visualize the love, the connection, the understanding. See the smiles. Hear the laughter. Feel the warmth of presence. Maybe it's deep healing. See your body whole. See your cells regenerating. Feel the light moving through your body, correcting, renewing, restoring. Whatever it is, don't just see it. Feel it. Embody it. Allow your body to be flooded with the emotions of having already received. The more you feel it, the more you become it. And the more you become it, the more you signal the field to respond to who you are, not just what you want. Your heart is now open. Your mind is coherent. Your energy is elevated. You are no longer emitting the signal of your old self. You are broadcasting the signature of your future self. And the field is responding. Let that be your mantra this month. The field is responding. Even when you don't see it, it's responding.